it up, switched it up,
What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode. This is a very special episode. This is the first video we are actually going to be at the lake. So please stay tuned. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we'll be able to catch a fish. I may still have a pattern. I found a pattern the other day, but I'm not sure. We'll see if it's still there, and we will see if we can get some catching footage for the channel. So anyway, we will be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. So basically I'm going to show you where I'm at. So this is one of my local docks, just a local public dock that I'm fishing at. And I found a pattern the other day. It's a very shallow pattern. Some of the male bass are moving up shallow. Sorry, my hood's blowing around. But they're moving up shallow, and I think they're trying to get ready for the spawn because we've had some colder weather. We've had some like 50s and 60s, you know, on the temps. So this is a little pattern that I always go for, especially once we get cold fronts. You always have those fish that will tuck up into really shallow, thick cover. So hopefully we can catch a couple. We're gonna try, and I'll go over the gear that I'm using here in a minute. Sorry for the wind. Hopefully you can hear me. It's really, really windy today. We have a wind coming out of the east, and so it's kind of beating up this bank, which is actually good for fishing. It's blowing a lot of that plankton, a lot of the shad up against the bank. But anyway, hopefully you can hear me. But this is the setup I'm using. So I have an ARC Catalyzer Series rod. I just have 20-pound fluorocarbon on there. This is a Abu Garcia Vengeance reel. Great little reel. And then what I have that going to is just a Texas rig, okay? This is a 1/8 ounce tungsten. This is one of the 4-aught Laser Sharp Pro Series hooks, just a worm hook. And then I have a standard old school Gary Yamamoto Senko on there. So let's see if we can get a couple. And what I'm dealing with is about 1.5 feet of water, anywhere from 1 foot to 1.5 feet of water, and the bass are hanging out in the reeds, and they're just sparse reeds. And I've been getting some bites up in here on this this bank. It is a little bit more wind blown today, so we'll see how it pans out. But I haven't caught any big fish lately. It's all been, you know, 1.5 pound, 2 pound fish. It's just, you know, males. But it's been a pretty steady pattern just because of the cooler weather moving in. They've been moving in to get ready for the spawn. And as you can see, it's pretty heavy cover that I'm fishing. And this is also a little deal, you know, you can use a speed worm, you can use a trick worm, you can use any kind of Senko style bait, ribbon tails. I find that it's usually a little bit better to go with a smaller profile bait. Going with a, you know, like a 10-inch worm or something like that might not be the best idea. I usually don't get bit as much on it when you have those temperature changes. But any kind of bait that has a little bit smaller profile that you can get through the cover is good. You definitely want something weedless to be able to knock out that cover. And I don't know that if the fish are still here or not, but we're going to find out. It might be a little too early for them yet. They usually bite a little later in the evening, so we'll see. From my past videos, you guys might already know this, but this rod, it's a Catalyzer series from Arc. Sorry, you can't really see me. I love Arc rods. They're a great rod. This is the 7.2 heavy fast action rod. So it's got a little bit of a softer tip. It's not a super stiff like flipping rod, but it gives me a little bit of extra backbone to be able to get the fish out of that cover, which is kind of nice. And I'm literally just kind of bouncing it through the cover. Not super slow, just trying to figure out, you know, what kind of speed they want, what kind of retrieve they want. I'll bump it along the bottom. I'll kind of hop it. I'll let it sit. You know, there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. But you always want to try different stuff because, you know, they might want something specific. So it never hurts to try. All right, guys, so we switched up positions. I went out to the end of the dock to try to cast back towards the cover instead of along the edge. Sometimes just switching up positions makes the biggest difference in the world. And I think it's a little bit too early for the bite I've been getting. So I'm throwing around a spinnerbait. It's a little bit cold, but I mean, I can slow roll this. So we'll try that for a little bit, see what happens.
Can I please hold the fish, Daddy? Can I hold the fish?
If I catch a fish, I'll let you hold it.
Daddy will let me hold it.
Something I can't stress enough when you're fishing a moving bait like this, it's always really good to, especially if you're dock fishing, fish it all the way back to the dock. You know, right under your feet. A lot of times I have had bass come right out from under the dock and smack a spinnerbait or worm, anything for that matter. And I wouldn't have caught that fish if I didn't fish it all the way back. So it's the same concept as when you're in a boat. Try to fish that bait all the way back to the boat because you never know what's gonna hit right at the last minute of the cast. Or the retrieve, I should say. And this is just a little 3/8 ounce Matlock jig with a little watermelon. I can't even remember. I think this is a Zoom brand crawl, but just a small little trailer. And this is a medium, moderate fast action. And so they might be under the dock. Who knows? Well, guys, it's a dink, but I finally got one. So that's great. Ooh, he wanted it too. I might have to go get my pliers for this one. Well, let me see if I can get this hook out of him, and I'll get back with y'all in just a second. Okay, guys, I got the hook out. He was in a little bit rough shape, but I was able to get him back and going. So, but we're gonna try that again and see if we can get something again. It started to get dark, and then I got that bite. So we might be able to pick one more off. We'll see, but. Hey, at least we did come out and catch something tonight. So let's see if we can catch one more. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Like I said, this was my first time actually filming a video for my channel out, you know, fishing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. Sorry about the shadow there. Hopefully you learned something. And I hope this just shows you that you don't have to be out in a boat to have a good time fishing. You can come out here on a dock. The main thing is just be persistent. Leave all your options open, try different techniques, hit every single piece of cover you possibly can find around that dock and catch you a bass. Because I mean, it took me a little bit, but it just goes to show you can be persistent and find a fish. So thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one.